So in this video, we're going to discuss NgFor. And NgFor allows you to loop through an array on the DOM, which is pretty useful to reuse components. So in this case, we're using this very simple children's array. We'll look at it real quick. Children, it's an array of objects with a number property and 1 through 5 assignment. So very simple. So in order to get this NgFor to work, all we need is this statement right here. So we need the let, and then we can give it a custom name. In this case, I chose child of, and then the array. So if we want to access the value, we have our child property here. We do child.number. We can also pass this child.number into this lifecycle child. And let's just look at this real quick. So the value of the property is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing with the pass in here. So this allows us to take the value of child and assign it where we want. So we've already discussed NgFor. All we need to make that work is a simple statement right here. We'll get all this mess over here. So let's discuss what it does. The first thing is track by. And track by is used for performance reasons. Basically, we send back a value that's tracked by Angular, and it means that it's only going to render these elements once. So if we make some adjustments or changes, it's going to know, have I rendered? I'm just going to update the values in here as opposed to rendering these elements again. So on this function that we create, we need to return a unique value. So let's look at how we can do that. So on our back end, we have this child track function. And Angular passes in the index value, 0 through whatever, and then it passes in the object, in this case, one of the objects from children. So we can either return the index value 0 through whatever, or in this particular case, because the number value up there was unique, we could do I.number, and it would increment, it would track 1 through 5. So what Angular does is it knows that if it's taken, let's say, the 0 object and it's already created it, it's not going to create it again. So that will help with reducing the overhead, and especially if you have like long-running processes within the startup of lifecycle child, that could be very problematic. So you'd want to track and make sure it's only rendered once. So NgFor also allows you to assign a bunch of variables. So I have a couple to look through here. We have our index, which we discussed a little bit. 0 through 4 index, we assign it to the letter I using the let. We do the same thing over here. We have an even bool property, which we assign to E. We have an odd bool property, which we assign to O. We can pick the first element and assign that. That's a Boolean. We can assign that to F. And the last element we can assign to L. And you can use any variable name that you want here, but these names are the names given by Angular that you have to assign to use throughout. So let's look at this real quick. So we assign the index value of I, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the even value here. So the even value is the first 0 index is even, then no, then even, then no, then even. Odd, similar way. No on 0, yes on 1, 2, 3. And the first property here is this the first child. We have that here. It's either true, yes, or false, no. So as we see, the first child is only set on the first property. It's not set anywhere else. And then the last child is set on the last property here. So these are the additional values you can use. A lot of people will denote the first object or the last object. Maybe you have a comma on everything except for the last object, or maybe you want to stylize an even odd row just so you got a table look and feel, so you can use even and odd. But you can pull these variables from the NgFor directive and use them in your styles as you see fit. Thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe below. And if you want to discuss any consulting services, look for my email in the description. Thanks.